it is the final stop on the road to WTW's CPV Return of Retaliation. As this is Point Blank 4, as we have a stacked lineup for you in CAW action from World Triumph Wrestling. As I am Todd Crimson here at ringside to call the action for you tonight. Big matchup here. Tag champion Jay Blazer with Josh McLeod in his corner will face the challengers this Sunday, Nate Fratton and Cody Rhodes. Then a mixed tag match. IC champ Daniel Bryan and Lita will face Wade Barrett and AJ Lee, the challengers for that match, and Dolph Ziggler, the champion to the WTW World title, will be with Chris Jericho in Pick Your Poison match. Dolph will face an opponent of Jericho's choosing, and Jericho will face an opponent of Dolph's choosing. But now let's kick off the show as John Cena, who's attacked the past few weeks by Tyler King, was attacked last week after his match with Ken Shamrock. And I think he has to be coming down to give his piece of his mind on the situation. As this crowd really hyped up for John Cena here tonight. Really hyped up. Last night of action before Retaliation. Oh my! There's Tyler King! Tyler King, the man Cena will face in Retaliation. He cost him the World Championship, and he's coming out here and attacking him again. After last week. And Cena, slammed against some sort of equipment we have over there. Oh my god. No, wait. Tyler King has him up. Jesus Christ! Power bomb to the floor from the stage. Oh my god. As John Cena's going to need some medical attention. Fans here are in shock. Tyler King will face John Cena at Retaliation in a singles match. Be sure to check that here. But first, we got our first Pick Your Poison match of the evening. It is Dolph Ziggler and the opponent of Chris Jericho, the World Triumph Wrestling Champion. Whoever Jericho chose, Ziggler became #1 contender by defeating The Miz on Point Blank 1. And since then has used Caitlyn to help get some leverage in the feud with Chris Jericho. Caitlyn helped Ziggler beat Gage Grayson, our TV champion, last week on the program. As we'll see just what the show-off can do, as hopes to gain momentum heading into the world title match at Retaliation. And now let's find out who his opponent is, and oh my. Well, this is huge. Randy Orton, the Viper, returning to WTW. Wow. Jericho has picked quite the opponent, seasoned veteran of Randy Orton, for Dolph Ziggler. And later on in the evening, our main event is going to be Chris Jericho and whoever Dolph Ziggler picked. It'd be something if Ziggler could get a victory over Orton, and then whoever he picked ends up defeating Jericho. That'd be a lot of momentum for him heading into Retaliation. However, he's got to get through the Viper, Randy Orton, and has to avoid the RKO. As Caitlyn will be at ringside for this contest. And we assume Retaliation, but we'll see if anything comes of that. As now our opening contest of Point Blank gets underway as the ref rings the bell. As these two square each other up. Lock up in the middle of the ring. Orton applies a front headlock. And a shot to the skull of the show-off Dolph Ziggler. Here looking back body drop Sort of suplex-like maneuver. Throws Ziggler into the corner, and an overhead shot, and another. Another blocked by Ziggler. As now he gets a few shots in. Kick to the gut. A few more shots. Another kick to the gut. Off the ropes goes Ziggler. Luthez press by Randy Orton. Now Caitlin's up on the apron there. Needs to get off of there as a knee drop by Orton. As Orton telling Caitlin back away. Here's a cover. 1. And only a 1 count for the Viper. The legend killer and might kill the hopes tonight of Dolph Ziggler. But Ziggler still has hopes of being world champion at Retaliation. Off the ropes goes Ziggler. Kick to the gut. Big face buster there. Planning Randy Orton into the mat. Here's a cover. 1, 2, no, and a kick out by Orton. As this crowd getting surprisingly behind Ziggler here is bouncing off the barricade. Goes Randy Orton. Now sliding to the outside goes Dolph Ziggler. They have a 10 count to work it outside. As no, Ziggler is going to toss Orton right back into the ring. Big kick right to the ear of Randy Orton. And he's going to have a ringing in his ear after that one. Big clothesline by Randy Orton, though. And again, Caitlin on the apron. Wait a second, Caitlin with a shot. Big dropkick by Dolph Ziggler. This could be it here. Cover. 1. No. As there, Ziggler probably looked to catch Orton quick after that dropkick. Big neckbreaker there by Dolph Ziggler. And now the show off doing what he does best. Little headstand there, but Orton, oh, he's up quickly. Big clothesline. And another. Ducks one from Ziggler in a body press. And now stomping away at him. First the arm. Then the 2 legs. Then the right arm. And then the skull. And now Orton. Could he be calling for the RKO here? This could be the end. This could be a huge damper on Ziggler. No! He reverses it. A few shots by Ziggler. Launches Orton off the ropes. As here's Ziggler with a big DDT. As now, Caitlin is up on the apron. Ziggler, I think, going to the outside to consult Caitlin. As yes, they are. Only he's got 10 seconds, but oh my goodness! As Orton tried to use Caitlin as a distraction, as Ziggler normally would. As now they're up against the announce table on the outside. Oh, Ziggler smashes Orton off the front of our announce table out here. As Orton ended up missing that splash, that could adversely affect his stomach, his chest, pretty much all of his upper body. Big drop kick there by Orton. Ziggler gets right back up. It's now off the ropes goes Ziggler. Bump into each other. Big press slam by Ziggler. Here's a cover. 1, 2. No, that is not it. Launching Orton into the corner. Overhead shot. And another. And another, and this one knocks Orton down. And now just choking him out as Caitlin, I believe she was distracting the ref there for a second. And thus Ziggler got away with that. So there, that headlock there choking out Orton. As this could be the end. As Ziggler could put away Jericho's handpicked opponent, Randy Orton here. Calling him up. He could be looking for the zigzag. Gets him, but Orton reverses. Launching Ziggler into the corner. Overhead shot. And now, oh, he's going into that place again. Here's voices now. He's got him up. RKO. And now a cover. 1, 2. Good night, Dolph Ziggler. As Jericho's handpicked opponent has gotten a victory over the #1 contender. What an impressive start for Randy Orton as he finally returns to WTW. And an impressive style, defeating the #1 contender. I think the real winner here is Chris Jericho. Gets a handpicked opponent to get a victory over Dolph Ziggler heading into Retaliation. As the legend killer Randy Orton gets a big victory here tonight, maybe pushing him into #1 contender hopes. And this is just the beginning of Point Blank 4, the final stop on the road to Retaliation. As next, Nate Farron and Blazer. John Blazer, that is next. As outcome now, Cody Rhodes and Nate Farron as we head into our next contest. So I apologize, it is James Blazer, one half of the tag team champion, the Renegade Killers, taking on Nate Farron and Cody Rhodes. Nate Farron and James Blazer in singles action. Cody Rhodes will be at ringside, along with Josh McLeod at ringside in a Blazers corner. As the genuine ass kicker, Nate Farron. Oh boy, hope he doesn't come after me after this. He and Cody Rhodes beat the Primetime Players to become #1 contenders for the tag titles. And the Renegade Killers won the belts at Final Verdict over Farron and Rhodes. As after their victory last week, Cody Rhodes guaranteed that they would come out the tag team champions. But they have some tough competition in the form of James Blaze and Josh McLeod, the Renegade Killers. And the Renegade Killers, again, as I mentioned, won those belts at Final Verdict over Farron and Rhodes. It's a very tough tag division. As we mentioned, the Primetime Players in the division put up some tough competition for Farron and Rhodes, but they were able to pull off the victory, and now we'll see if Farron can get a victory over James Blazer here as they lock up to start. Big clothesline there by Farron, as has Blazer now off the ropes. And a big lariat, kind of shoulder block maneuver. And Farron already talking with Rhodes. And now Blazer talking with McLeod. Let's hear these two lock up again. Farron again takes control with the headlock and a clothesline. And an elbow drop now on to James Blazer. And Sends Blazer to the outside. And now a shot by Farin. Sends Blazer off the ropes again. Big neck breaker there. Crashing into the mat and another elbow drop. Off the ropes and another arm drag. That's an arm drag there, not a clothesline. 1, 2. Farin only gets a 2 count off that arm drag. Big shot and now a front headlock. Putting Blazer up against the ropes. Big lariat sends him to the outside again. And this is on his partner's side, Cody Rhodes. So maybe we could see him get involved here. Now he's just shouting at Blazer. As Farin sends him over the steel steps. As that has just got to destroy your knees, your abdomen area. Well, anything those steel steps touch, pretty much, from a throw like that, will adversely affect the human body. But now Blazer getting back on the offensive. Oh my goodness, what a knee. Flying knee. And a neck breaker. To Nick Farin. 1, 2. No, and a kick out. The genuine ass kicker. Nick Farin. Well, right now, he looks like he's getting his ass kicked. That's James Blazer. Big clothesline in the corner. Another neck breaker. Strange they picked Cody Rhodes as a partner. I don't see Cody Rhodes as a genuine ass kicker. As they're over the top. It's James Blazer, but now talking a bit with Cody Rhodes and just shoves him back. But Farin gets a hold of him. And now in the ring. Farin has hip control Blazer. Has him in a full Nelson lock. As Blazer is able to get out relatively easy, it appears. This big kick now as the referee distracted appears by Josh McLeod and doesn't get any sort of count. It's a bit of miscommunication there. And James Blazer, knee to the skull of Farin. Big kick to the gut. Now big stomp. And another. And now over here, Cody Rhodes. Pulling stuff off our announce table. Big press slam by Cody Rhodes. Down onto the mat. As now the count begins. It's now 2 people not involved in the match, as this could turn out to be a full-on brawl here. On the outside, Blazer with Rhodes and Farin with McLeod. As Farin turns his attention back to Blazer and gets a neck breaker. As the Renegade Killers, one half of the tag team champions, could be in trouble here. Count ends at 6. Here, uppercut there by Farin. Here's a cover 1. And again. And Farin now yelling at McLeod, telling him to get off, and a big shot there. And James Blazer, I think, went out, tried to go after Farin, but he ducked. And ended up getting the referee by mistake. Farin with a knee drop, using that top rope for leverage. An abdominal stretch now. The surfboard, it looks like. Not able to get him to tap there, and eventually relinquishes the hold. Over the top goes Blazer. As it looks like the referee has sent Josh McLeod out. Wait a second though, Cody Rhodes going after McLeod. Big clothesline by Blazer to Cody Rhodes. He's now back in the ring. Big neck breaker to Farin. Is now the referee trying to deal with Cody Rhodes. Sending him back to the outside. Blazer. Big toss down on the mat. This could be it. 1, 2, no, and a kick out by Farin. Now finally, I think the ref might have had enough. It might have ejected him. Yes, he has. Cody Rhodes has now been ejected. Both managers are away from ringside. Well, no, it appears not. Cody Rhodes still arguing with the referee. Blazer, cover. Too close to the ropes. It's Blazer now. With that sleeper hold. Referee distracted again by Cody Rhodes. And again, this time now he is ejected. But Farin was able to break away from that sleeper hold. Might have tapped out there. Wait a second. Oh my goodness. Stretching out the body there. But Blazer appears to have been able to get out, but gets slammed down to the mat. Big shoulder block by Farin. Now calling him up to his feet. He's looking for something there. Reversed. Blazer sends him off the ropes. Big high kick. It's now Blazer. As here, big implant onto the mat. Just plants him there. Face first. 1, 2. That's it. James Blazer gets the victory over Nick Farin. As some big news. As the champion's able to get one over on the challengers. As this has been a good night to be champion so far. As first we had Chris Jericho pick the man to beat Dolph Ziggler, the #1 contender. And now, James Blazer, the one half of the tag champions, gets one over on Nick Farin as he picks up the victory. And now we'll see if the luck for the champion can continue tonight. As next up is our mixed tag team match. Daniel Bryan, the Intercontinental Champion, with Lita, the Women's Champion, face the challengers for those belts at Retaliation, Wade Barrett and AJ Lee, as here comes the bare knuckle brawler now. As the bare knuckle brawler coming out of Blackpool, England. So there you see the Barrett Brigade t-shirt. Barrett definitely looking to get Daniel Bryan the clubbing blow of the rolling elbow to get the victory. As I guess this is mysterious bed partners or bedmates, I guess any term you could use for unusual tag team. Here is AJ Lee teaming up with Wade Barrett. Odd mix. And also we got Daniel Bryan with Lita. Those two could be polar opposites. Nonetheless, this will be conducted under mixed tag team rules, meaning that Lita can only fight AJ Lee, as only women can fight each other, and Wade Barrett can only fight Daniel Bryan, because men can only fight each other. So when one person is tagged out, the person of the other sex must come in. But now comes our IC champion, Daniel Bryan. And the Yes movement seeming to be in full effect here as the American Dragon, Daniel Bryan, set for action. As we could see a preview of both championship matches tonight here in this mixed tag match. As we're trying to get some word now on John Cena and his injury updates, as he was powerbombed at the beginning of the program off of our stage. So we'll try to get an update to you soon. Question is he going to be able to compete at Retaliation? We'll have to find that out. Probably at Retaliation, probably. That's when we're going to find out. As here comes the women's champion, Lita, down to the ring. As I mentioned, polar opposites, the tattooed, long-haired rock star mentality of Lita teaming up with white, 215 pounds, some would consider nerdy, geeky Daniel Bryan. While we have the bare-knuckle brawler Wade Barrett, one of the toughest men in wrestling today, and AJ Lee. Enough said about AJ Lee. Is there a shot immediately by Wade Barrett? As working on the legs of Daniel Bryan. As Wade Barrett will definitely be trying to avoid that yes lock. As Daniel Bryan at least can put it on with ease, it seems. As we'll see if he can avoid it tonight. It's there. Lita and Daniel Bryan early on, working together, and a huge slap by Daniel Bryan. Up to the top rope. Big drop kick by Daniel Bryan. And AJ Lee going after D. Bryan now into the corner. Wade Barrett knocked down and gets a knee for his troubles. As now Wade Barrett tags in AJ. As therefore, Daniel Bryan has to tag in Lita. As now we get our women's title preview here. Lita and AJ Lee. Shot by Lita early on. Big drop kick drops AJ. Kick to the gut. Bouncing off the ropes now. Goes over and over again. And finally slams her down on the mat. As the pinfall, this could be it? No. Only a 1 count for the women's champion Lita. Off the ropes. Big Hurricanrana by Lita. Very few women in the business can even do a Hurricanrana. 1, 2, no. I guess that's why she's women's champion. Sends AJ over the top rope. It's right to the gut. Sends AJ flying. AJ only about 130 pounds. Is it Hurricanrana from AJ, so I guess proves me wrong. AJ's a lightweight, though. Lita's just pure extreme, doing stuff that some other women can't do. And I guess AJ Lee is one of those women that also can do stuff that a lot of other women can't do in this business. He's now back in the ring. After heading to the outside a bit. AJ Lee with a body slam. And now has a surfboard on Lita and eventually relinquishes the hold. Lita rises to her feet. Shots to the back. And now sending her into the corner. Oh, and a big boot accidentally knocks Daniel Bryan down. I think she intended to go after Lita. That is legal, I believe. Lita going up to the top rope now. Big drop kick from the second rope there. As the extremist Lita and the world champion, because of the risks she takes, as now AJ is forced to tag in her partner. Daniel Bryan saying, do you have to tag in your partner? Yes, yes, yes. Wade Barrett, though, going to get some shots in here. Daniel Bryan reverses. Big kick to the skull. Drops Wade Barrett. As there's a shot to the arm. Now rolling to the outside goes Wade Barrett. And drops Daniel Bryan. And now on the outside, just brawling with Daniel Bryan, just beating him down. And now sending Daniel Bryan over those steel steps. So now the count getting a bit close to 10 here. We're up to 6 as Wade Barrett finally sends Daniel Bryan into the ring. So now Daniel Bryan getting some shots in on Wade Barrett. Sends her into the corner. Him into the corner. It's a mixed tag match, folks. I'm getting a bit confused here with the hims and hers. There's only a 1 count for Daniel Bryan. Big shot by Daniel Bryan, sending Wade Barrett into the corner. And a big, looked like it was going to be an impaler DDT, but instead it was sort of suplex. And now raining kicks on Wade Barrett's chest. And then finally one that drops him. And now Lita thinks this could be over here, because she's going after AJ Lee. This very well could be it. As now Wade Barrett runs off into his corner. As for bare knuckle brawler, kind of cowering out there. But must have known that the yes lock could have been coming. Has tagged in partner AJ Lee. How about that? Wade Barrett relying on AJ Lee for help. Nonetheless, AJ Lee with the Hurricane Rana. Kicking away at Lita. Reminder, Lita, the women's champion, will be facing AJ Lee for that title at Retaliation. As here's a cover. Gonna get a pinfall victory here. 1. Only gets a 1 count. Does AJ Lee. While Daniel Bryan will defend his Intercontinental Championship against Wade Barrett, as Wade Barrett pulls the ropes down and allows Lita to go to the outside. Tumbling down onto the padding covering concrete. A few kicks. Meanwhile, here on the outside, Daniel Bryan kind of distracting AJ. Wade Barrett's going to end up dealing with him, it looks like. Oh, my goodness. Is now here, count up to 6. AJ back in the ring. Cover, this could be it here. 1, 2, no. Kick out by Lita. Resiliency of Lita as an arm drag there. Is there Wade Barrett being told to get out of the ring? Lita now, hoping to get something here. Drops the leg down. Hoping to snap that leg. Standing moonsault to AJ Lee. As now sends AJ Lee over the top rope. As her up, big suplex. As here, a reverse DDT there, dropping her on the back of her head rather than the front. Thus the name reversed. Into the corner now. Tagging in Daniel Bryan. Sending AJ Lee into the corner to tag in Wade Barrett. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Wade Barrett being very cautious here. Off the ropes. Big arm drag. As Daniel Bryan wearing down the arm of Wade Barrett. Continuing to wear down. Can't not get the rolling elbow. If your hand can't... Well, if you can't hit somebody. Big knee to the gut there by Wade Barrett, though. As he could be looking for it here. The bull hammer. That rolling elbow shot. Has him up. Big suplex onto the mat. As now here, calling for the bull hammer. That rolling elbow. No, Daniel Bryan, reverse. High knee right to the skull. Here's a cover. 1, 2, that's it. IC champion gets a victory over Wade Barrett and the women's champion challenger. As here you see, earlier on in our contest, this was right before the finish here. Let's take a look. There you see Wade Barrett calling for that rolling elbow. Instead gets a knee to the gut. High knee by Daniel Bryan gets the 1, 2, 3 as the IC champion. And Lita, the unlikely pairing, gets a victory in this mixed tag team contest. As we'll see if it pans out this way come Retaliation. And coming up next, our main event, Chris Jericho versus the opponent of Dolph Ziggler's choosing. Our final matchup before Retaliation.
This is the Destiny Car Alliance, the future of CAW.
Welcome back to Point Blank 4. I guess now as our WTW champion comes out, Point Blank Jericho. The lights go down. And he lights up. Chris Jericho, the WTW World Champion, defeated John Cena for the belt. And then after the match, of course, John Cena attacked by Tyler King. As those two, if Cena is healthy and can compete, will face Tyler King at Retaliation. Meanwhile, Chris Jericho, our WTW World Champ, will face Dolph Ziggler, the #1 contender. We'll see who Dolph Ziggler picked. Early on, Dolph Ziggler ended up taking a loss to the Viper Randy Orton, who was handpicked by Jericho. We'll see who it is that Ziggler picks as the challenger to Chris Jericho now. We're going to find out in just mere moments here. These fans here look excited to find out, so we could get a classic match here in our main event. Heading into what should be two classic matches at Retaliation in our main event. Tyler King and John Cena. Oh my. And Chris Jericho versus Dolph Ziggler. And this man, suddenly this just doesn't become a pick your poison match. This becomes personal. The Miz, who came out on Point Blank 1 proclaiming that he was still WTW World Champion. And this was handpicked by Ziggler. Maybe he thinks Miz has Jericho's number. Remember, Ziggler defeated The Miz to become #1 contender. As here, this could be big for The Miz if he could get a victory over the world champion. Maybe he could get a match coming in his future. As now our contest is underway. This is your main event of Point Blank 4. Headlock by The Miz. Elbow to the back, a few shots. One reversed by Jericho, and a big chop knocks down the Miz. They lock up again here. Miz trying to pick up some ground. Front headlock, elbow to the back. A few shots now by Jericho. As Miz against the ropes, launches him off. Duck under. And another. Looking for something there, but Miz reverses into a neck breaker. It's a float over neck breaker, he got him. Now sending Jericho over the top rope. As this one could get ugly quickly. These two head to the outside. Jericho pulls down the leg of the Miz, sending him falling to the crash mats on the outside. Now Jericho. Oh, Miz is in trouble. Has Jericho up. Big delayed vertical suplex. And now sending Jericho over those steel steps. And if the Miz continues at this pace, Jericho may not make it to retaliation in this match. As now Jericho raining shots on the Miz against that barricade on the outside. As the count is up to 8 now. As Jericho wisely gets these competitors. The Miz and himself hopefully here in the ring. Oh no! And Miz heads back to the outside. This will restart the count. As he sends Jericho back in. Miz could get a huge victory here. This could also potentially get Jericho hurt before the contest at retaliation. Only a 2 count there. Knee to the gut. And a big chop. You could hear that from the rafters here. Big shot from Chris Jericho. And now to the outside. Big dive by Chris Jericho. Y2J. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen, as it appears my mic went out there for a second. Technical difficulties, but now it appears they're fixed, yes. As now, looks like the Miz wearing down the leg of Chris Jericho. Big chop. Jericho now to the top rope, looking for a drop kick. Not gonna get him. Miz looking to get a shot into Jericho. Drops to the outside, Jericho launches him back into the ring. World Triumph Champion. Really giving it to the Miz here so far. Off the top. Looking for something there. Probably a shot right to the back as here. Sort of modified camel clutch there, grabbing the arms, just pulling them back. Oh my god! Face first into the mat. Cover. 1, 2. Miz almost had the world champion right there. Oh my god! Clothesline by the Miz into the corner. And now a cover again. This could be it. Too close to the ropes for Jericho. Miz now trying to get something going. Sent over the top rope by Jericho. Jericho. Big suplex. As it is, as he likes to say, point blank Jericho here at WTW. Now wrenching back on the arm of the Miz, trying to wear down, both these men trying to wear down each other's arms, legs, anything they can to avert the other's finisher, the reality check, and the code breaker. As here, shot by Jericho, reversed by The Miz, has him against the ropes. Shot by Miz, reversed by Jericho. Miz goes off the ropes. Big neck breaker there by Chris Jericho. Now, Jericho gets Miz up and plants him in the back of the neck. Back of the head, back of the neck area. With his knee, drops him right down on the knee. Picks him up now. Wait a second, he could be looking. Walls of Jericho here. This could end it. As Miz trying to crawl to the ropes, and I think he did, but the damage might have been done. Big chop by Jericho. And now could be looking for the code breaker. Probably was, but he gets a knee to the gut instead, and a clothesline by The Miz. Now just stomping away. Right on the nose of Jericho. Throws him into the corner. Gets him again with that devastating clothesline. And outside goes Jericho. Trying to lure The Miz in. Big Russian leg sweep. On the outside. Kick to the back. Miz gets a shot in though. And now launches Jericho into the ring. This has been a fast-paced main event already. We will see Chris Jericho in action against Dolph Ziggler at Retaliation. In the corner now. Big chop again by Jericho. Another one, but it's blocked by The Miz. Kick to the gut, and another. And reversed by Jericho now. Big chop by Jericho. As it goes throughout the arena. And now, wait a second. Miz has Jericho up on the top rope. Oh my. Don't tell me he's thinking, oh no. I might be needing to get out of here. This could be dangerous. Oh my goodness! Miz suplex to Jericho. That must have been some 15 feet to the floor. On these crash mats, this padding on the outside, but it's not much. As like I said, Jericho may not even make it to Retaliation. Miz wipes out Jericho's legs. Can't necessarily do a code breaker if you have damaged legs, like The Miz is trying to get on Jericho now. As Miz, this could be it, a huge upset here. 1, 2, no, a kick out by Jericho. And Miz doesn't know how to put away the WTW champion. Jericho with an Irish whip. Big neck breaker. And now off the ropes, Lion Salt. As calling. Up to his feet again, The Miz. Big code breaker. And now he's got him. The walls of Jericho again. Will The Miz tap? Yes, he does. Miz taps out. And Jericho is able to get a victory. Heading into Retaliation. Miz might have had the damage done though. Suplex to the outside and then swiping out the legs. Lion Salt here by Jericho though. Impressive Lion Salt at that. And then called Miz up to his feet, got the code breaker. And locked on the sharp walls of Jericho. As he's able to get a tap out victory. As now we will see at Retaliation this man face Dolph Ziggler in one of many championship matches that evening. Chris Jericho will face Dolph Ziggler Daniel Bryan will face Wade Barrett. AJ Lee will face Lita. We'll see the tag champs defend their titles. The Renegade Killers will defend against Farron and Cody Rhodes. Gage Grayson will defend his title. But we'll see if John Cena and Tyler King will have their match after tonight. I am Todd Crimson, and thank you for watching Point Blank. We'll see you at Retaliation.